So I was just thinking about Lamar Odom situation because if y'all notice, ever since Lamar Odom and Kanye really was dating the Kardashians, those dudes both had a mental episode around the same time where they ended up in a hospital, mental health hospital. People said they doing drugs. These dudes ain't never been doing drugs. Then they started dating these Kardashians. Then they start doing drugs. Um, and it's kind of a weird situation. But for Lamar Odom, he's a guy who wasn't really known as a drug addict. He was always a happy guy, laughing, chilling. His family thought that something was being wrong, being done wrong as far as to him when he was hanging around these Kardashians. And we've heard a lot of football and basketball players, Reggie Bush and everybody else who said certain weird things happen when you're around them. A lot of guys don't even like to talk about it because they know these girls got so much power and money at this point and so many people that be helping them behind the scenes allegedly that they can't even really speak on all that. But Lamar Odom, they was putting out stories about him overdosing at a brothel, taking all kind of Viagra, and sex pills, and sex enhancers, and that he ended up going in a coma from using too much cocaine and the drinks. When I heard all that, I found it weird because we was hearing about everything that he took. And it's like, how do you know he took all this and he just got in the hospital? And they saying that he's passed out and he's out in a coma. I've never heard nobody going into a coma from alcohol and cocaine. That's one thing. Um, Usually when you go in a coma, it's from something physical. I mean, taking drugs. I mean, you're overdose sometimes, but that doesn't put you in a coma. Not that I've heard of. I've never seen drug addicts in a coma. Usually an overdose is an overdose. You definitely gonna pass out and be out, but Lamar Odom, the details that was put out about him, it was a lot of lies being spread because, according to him, because he says when he arrived at the brothel, he didn't have no cocaine or nothing before he arrived to the brothel. He wasn't on no drugs. He said what he did was he arrived, he got there, he took a drink or something, and the guy who owned the place, the guy Hoff, I'm gonna say his name, Dennis Hoff. That's the guy who Lamar Odom was saying that was the owner of the brothel. He ended up getting a drink, and after that, he don't remember nothing for 3 days. I'm hearing all these rumors that people saying, "Oh, well, he was in there. He used cocaine before he arrived, and he did this, and he drunk this, and he was drinking alcohol the whole time." And then they say, "Oh yeah, he was covered in blood." Never seen a picture where he was covered in blood. Then when he was knocked out in the brothel on the bed, people were taking pictures of him. Then they made money by sending it to the media and the newspapers. I'll repeat what I said. Somebody took pictures of Lamar Odom, sent it to the media and the newspapers, made money off of it and everything without his permission while he was in a coma. I just want to get that understood real quick. Somebody, while Lamar Odom was passed out, recognized him, took pictures of him, sent it to the media, and made money off of it. What we need to start doing is figuring out who be sending all these pictures and stuff to the media. Like who be taking pictures, because this sounds like a setup. This dude in the middle of nowhere, and people just taking pictures of him while he knocked out covered in blood. And they like, oh, you know what? Let me make some money off of this. And Lamar Odom's inside their business. He's not inside his own house at a hotel somewhere. He's inside somebody else's business, getting personal pictures taken of him while he's somehow in a coma covered with blood. And I don't know how he was in a coma covered with blood because it looked like somebody woke him up and had him drinking water, but what do I know? But he said that, no, I wasn't out there taking drugs and doing that. He said, I just took one drink when I got there, and that's all I remember. I passed out after that. Well, I was out for 3 days, and I woke up in the hospital. He said, I was out for 3 days. I woke up in the hospital, and that was it. And it's weird because around that same time, Kanye had the same thing. He had an episode where he was yelling about Jay-Z, and saying, oh, man, Jay-Z, I know you trying to get me, and I know you trying to get all these other people, and I know you got power. I know you got this. And that's allegedly, but that happened. And then what happened after that? They said, oh, Kanye's in the hospital and something wrong with him. So do you know that they said something was wrong with Kanye? He needed to be in the hospital when he was talking about Diddy? When Kanye said something about Diddy, ain't nobody in the industry say, yeah, man, he right, because I seen Diddy do this, 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 this. They didn't say nothing about that. They didn't say he was right. Yeah, he's speaking up. He doing the right thing. They didn't say nothing like that. They just looked at what he said as if it was crazy or something. Like, why is he saying this? But Lamar Odom went out and said, and you know what's crazy? When Lamar Odom came out and said that the old boy Dennis Huff is somebody got to be lying or something, or he ain't. He said that Dennis Huff poisoned him and tried to kill him, allegedly. Well, the guy dead now, but he said the guy tried to poison and kill him. And guess what happened to Dennis Huff the year that Lamar Odom said that? He ended up dying. So the year that Lamar Odom said that they poisoned him and tried to kill him. And this all happened around the time that he was broken up from Khloe Kardashian. For some reason, he broke up with her, went to this brothel, took one drink, and ended up in a coma because the guy ain't never. Because one thing about Lamar Odom, he ain't never lied about his lifestyle the way he did. I mean, most NBA and NFL players don't really lie about it unless they married like LeBron or something. But they're not finna really lie about it. And most guys I've seen guys date other girls and get other girls pregnant and still go back and date Khloe Kardashian. So I know she wasn't tripping about all that. So that wasn't a problem. And she got famous off Lamar Odom. And that's a fact. Nobody wasn't really worried about her before that. They still not worried about her now, but she made her name off Lamar Odom. Nobody cares about her or Tristan Thompson right now. Let's be real. If her and the guy had a whole TV show right now, they probably do. And you see, I don't know about it, so can't be that popular. But nobody was really paying attention to her. She was called a fat Kardashian before she started dating Lamar Odom. Let's keep it clear. She got a ton of plastic surgery since then. Even after the plastic surgery, she still blows up and get fat again. So she's like Oprah. She'll get a plastic surgery and lipo and still blow back up because they like to eat. And has nothing to do with looks. She just like to eat. And Lamar Odom came out and said, yeah, man, this dude tried to poison and kill me. And y'all notice how ain't nobody put that story out. Nobody really put that out there like that. They just went past it like, And the dude who brothel it was, he died that same year Lamar Odom said that. So why is that not being looked at? And they talking about Diddy. Man, please, if all this stuff was going on around Diddy, I'll be talking about that right now. But they got skeletons in their closet too. They got a lot of skeletons in their closet. Trust me, if Diddy had anything going on like Kris Jenner had, I'd be all over him right now. But he ain't got as much as that is. He got a lot. But as far as the family side and daughters and the daughters having guys falling comas and all that stuff, nah, I ain't seen that yet. We still got to be continued on that. The Epstein list and everything to be continued. I know I want to see that Epstein list before I see that Diddy list. I thought the Epstein list, it got way bigger names on there, celebrities. I ain't talking about just black hip-hop celebrities. I already know about all that stuff. I want to hear about everybody. I want to hear about the white actors, Mexican, Asian, Arab, whatever they is. I don't want to just hear about certain kind of companies because I see they trying to push it that way, and that's why I'm stepping out being different. I know what time it is. If we're gonna call out everybody, call out everybody. But Lamar Odom said this though, and this is a huge story. And for the last couple of years, really the last 5, 6 years, a lot of people don't even know that dude been in the NBA. They look at him and like, oh, he's just a drug addict and everything, and this, and this. But look up Dennis Hoff, HOF, and Lamar Odom in 2019. He came out and said the dude poisoned and tried to kill him. And I said that back then, and I think Master P had lost his mind about it and said something back then. And people was like, and Master P was saying something like, man, why Kobe ain't around? I thought that was his friend there. Everybody like, oh, man, why you blaming Kobe? He wasn't saying it like that. He was saying as if in L.A., you got to look out for certain people like that in L.A. and celebrities because he knows that Lamar Odom really ain't no L.A. Hollywood type of guy. And Kobe really the only one he really know like that out there. That's what he was saying the most, but I don't think people understood that. But that whole situation was weird, man. And I want to hear the truth come out about that situation. And that's still a real big situation. They made a huge story about that. They were saying Lamar Odom was going to die. There was a lot of people saying R.I.P. and he addicted to drugs and he addicted to sex because these girls said that. Because the Kardashian girls was, and the people at the brothel said this. This 30-something, probably 40 around that time, year old man, his whole career painted as, oh man, he a drug addict. He just overdosed into a coma. Oh, he done. Now he walking around now on the interview. That's why when Nori had the Drink Champs interview and he was getting Lamar Odom drunk, I'm sitting here like, and also Drink Champs was on DIDDY Network, Revolt around that time. So yeah, but I think it still is. I think that's a DIDDY program, a DIDDY endorsed program, allegedly. But he was getting them drunk on the show, and people were like, bro, why you getting bro drunk? Y'all already know he coming off of the coma and stuff. Why would you get somebody drunk? And they try to make it seem like, oh, he a drug addict and everything else. Bro, you go up there on Drink Champs and get anybody drunk like they doing Lamar Odom, passing them drinks after drink after drink. He gonna get drunk. So that's not nothing that's surprising. What's surprising was the way Nori was going about it. That's what surprised me. I'm like, dude, this dude ain't really in a position to be drinking like that. I mean, he can have a couple of drinks, but you try to have this man just wasted out here. And then a lot of people don't look at that. That's why people really don't date them like that in this generation. You'll see certain guys do it, but these guys, they don't make good business decisions. Look at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was supposed to be the next LeBron James. Let me say this. Ben Simmons was supposed to be the next LeBron James. Now he's not even looked at as a top NBA player no more since dating these girls. He didn't help his career. He hurt his career. A dude, Tristan Thompson. Yeah, you kept your name floating around in the NBA circles, but you really ain't been looked at as a top kind of player at your position since you've been dating Kardashian. Just to be honest with you, your name been slandered more than anything. Every time these dudes date these girls, their name gets slandered. They get talked about and dogged out. Oh man, this dude a cheater. He this, he that. Man, who cares? These dudes' names be getting slandered by these same news people who these Kardashians, they be putting out good stories about them and how they just got the best family and they just the best single mothers of all time and everything else. And because you notice when they look at certain people in our neighborhoods and how they look at us, when we have single mothers in our community, they'll say, oh man, y'all ain't nobody got no fathers around. Ain't nobody got no fathers around. But then the Kardashian ladies, they'll have nobody's dad to be around. These women got billions of dollars. Millions and billions. And they still feel like, well, I don't need dad around right now. That ain't what women in the hood or black community do. But ain't nobody finna have $1 billion and be trying to be petty with no money. Usually the child support is an issue because nobody has no money. That's why. But to be playing games with child support and you got $1 billion in the bank, or your sister's a billionaire or whatever, come on, man, stop it, man. Like, for real. The whole thing, it seems like every time they do a stereotype, they try to enhance it like it's just a good look. It makes no sense for them to be fighting over children in custody with somebody like Kanye right now. You can't say he's a bad father or anything else. Because I already seen Kim Kardashian have her little daughter sitting on another grown man's lap after dating him for a couple of months. That Pete Davidson guy everybody was bragging about, who's a pervert. They had Kanye's daughter sitting on her lap. Dude should have been in jail for that. Like, that ain't no pervert stuff. It ain't no, that's some pervert stuff. You can't even find a picture with Diddy with a little child on his lap like Pete Davidson did. So people really need to start looking at Pete Davidson. But you see how he the only person who got famous? He wasn't the only white guy that went around there and dated Kardashian in the open. And he got famous. Just being real. He got famous. Everybody else, oh, they're a drug addict. Oh, they been in a coma. Lamar Odom said, man, this dude tried to kill me and poison me. Oh, that guy died. Like, probably the same week. I know he died the same year. What a coincidence. The guy that Lamar Odom said tried to kill him or poison him ended up dying. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, since we want to talk about exposing things and celebrities and everything else, expose that. People ain't going to put out no real stories. I will. Because I know what kind of trash going on out there. It ain't just Diddy. Diddy ain't, he ain't running the industry. He ain't the reason why Whitney Houston out of here right now. It's a lot of stuff going on. They gonna see in a minute. But what they gonna try to do is they gonna try to wait till everybody get old and pass away like this Dennis Hoff guy. Then they gonna start telling the truth. Because they getting nervous right now because a lot of people know what's going on. So they gonna try to blame a couple of people, not everybody they know. Because they ain't gonna blame the owner of Coca-Cola right now or the owner of a Walmart right now. Because they'll shut a lot of stuff down. That'll really make a change. Shutting Diddy down, it don't change nothing. They still gonna make. He ain't putting no music out. He ain't no top rapper. Shutting him down ain't gonna do nothing. If you used to shut somebody like the owner of Walmart down, that'll change something else. But you ain't gonna hear no story like that. Those people are too high up. And this brothel guy that Lamar Odom was talking about, he's another person they should have been calling out. I knew that story was wrong, but you see how the media just glossed over it. It was a big story when he had when he was in a coma and everything. People cared so much then, but as soon as you said, "Hey man, that dude tried to poison me and kill me, man," I wasn't on no drugs then. At least I just took one drink and woke up in the hospital 3 days later. That sounded like somebody got hit with the roofies, the pills. That man got drugged and nobody said anything. They talking about Cassie and everybody else. This man got drugged, he said. He got drugged. Now, are we saying this because a man got drugged and nobody cared? And I'm being real about that. I'm being real. That man said he got drugged and poisoned by a couple of people. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Okay.